Hey subbies.
Hey subbies.
So this week we're going to do Alex Day's, or Nerimon's, survey question answer thing. Shall we jump into it?
Bottle episode.
Absolute bottle episode. Tell us about your first kiss. I can't remember, and that's not just me saying, oh, I can't remember because I don't want to say it on camera. I genuinely have very little recollection as to what would have happened.
I don't know what I had for dinner yesterday, so to remember what my first kiss was, no chance.
God knows.
No.
I assume that it happened fairly early on for me. 13 or 14 or something, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like mine was earlier than that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd assume that.
I can think of early kisses, but I can't think of...
I can't put them in chronological order at all. There is no way that I can go, oh no, that one happened in March and this one happened in whatever.
That one was first.
Yeah, nothing.
No idea.
My brain doesn't work like that.
No.
So.
Question 2. No answer. Question 1. So this is going well.
Yeah.
Well done, question master. Question 2. What is the most expensive casual item of clothing you've ever bought?
Hold that thought, I'll go get it.
A flak jacket. What the hell is that?
This is a motorbike jacket. Now, this cost me £600, which is
That's fucking ridiculous.
fucking ridiculous. But I can safely say this has definitely saved my life 3 times. Like, I would be 100% dead if it weren't for this £600 jacket. So.
Oh, good jacket.
You know, I can, like, you do have the initial impact of, oh, that's 600 quid, Liam, on what essentially is a coat. But it saved my life.
Twice in motorbike accidents and once in a firefight. Where's the damage then?
I came off a motorbike, slid along tarmac at like 50 miles an hour on my front. Fucking scary, by the way. With the motorbike on top of me. And this saved me. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 times coming off, 50 miles an hour, and I've got a couple of scratches on it.
Cool. Well,
good. What's your most expensive casual item of clothing?
I've never been one to spend a lot of money on clothes. Spent quite a lot of money on this sock.
I don't think you did. I think that was
quite a lot of money on this sock.
that was stolen. That was probably from your first kiss. There's an inside joke. What was the first job you ever wanted as a kid? So I wanted to be in the film industry when I was a kid. Not like an actor or anything like that, but I was really interested in the technicalities of it, like how it's made, how it's put together, all the special effects and stuff. And so yeah, that was my dream as a small child. And I achieved that dream. Right, what was your thing?
I wanted to be a ballerina.
Is that just now you're going, I've seen Black Swan and now I want to be a ballerina for some weird reason?
No, I've watched like 2 seasons of Got to Dance.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
So
sensitive.
Sensitive, apparently. So. For a long time I wanted to be a policeman. I think. See, these questions here, right? These questions it's much better to ask my mum. If you ask my mum all these questions, she'd go, oh yeah, it was Jennifer. And we bought a jacket for £400 once, and like, oh, he wanted to be Michael Jackson.
Mums do that. Do you reckon they just keep a notepad? Do you reckon once you have a kid, you suddenly, your brain changes into notepad, and you just
remember everything.
Remember things, and then you can just ask them anything. Like mums always know everything.
Up until about 15, when you start keeping secrets.
But even then, they're like surprisingly observant.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know that, Mum?
I wash your clothes. That's what that stain is, you dirty little
shit.
Grass stains and Question 4. Tell us about your group of school friends.
Well, our group of school friends consists of me, Brad, and our friend Andrew.
We were like our own clique.
Yeah.
In school, and then we just infiltrated and joined other cliques around school.
And just befriended people.
We were very much the class clowns, I think.
But in a very subtle way. Like, what we managed to do was A-level English. We decided that we didn't want to write any essays for it. So to get around
English, one of the like, it's English lit.
See, we liked the teacher. We thought the teacher was really cool, so we was like, oh, let's just do English. English is quite fun. I quite like that. But I can't be asked to write anything, which is a downside when you're doing English, because that's really all that English is.
That's what it's meant to be.
So what we did instead was we would make short little films, very much like WorldOfTheOrange stuff, but crap, and we would just label it with the title of whatever the essay was. So, Hamlet.
But you can imagine a distorted World of the Orange version of Hamlet made by World of the Orange at 16 or 17.
Yeah. And then we gave it to the English class, and then we just we showed the English class. The teacher would fucking love it. She would love it. And then by the end of it, we'd have like 3 classes worth of kids.
Anyone doing English would be like dragged into one little room. They drag in a TV,
and the room was full of kids, like full. There'll be like
VHS as well, wouldn't it? We'd have to make an actual VHS. Right, you're gonna have to Google that. That's a Wikipedia job. And we'd make a video, and they'd all sit around and watch our essay.
We should release one of those one day.
Yeah, I think so.
If we can still got them.
Get hold of them. Some of these really old. Arthur was good.
Arthur was brilliant.
We went on location.
High Maester Greymo.
High Maester Greymo was.
Child Roland.
Child Roland to the Dark Tower came.
These great titles.
All English essays.
What would you name your kids? Okay, I would name. I've got one name. Ralph. Now, I just like the name Ralph because it makes me laugh. It's a funny name.
Oh,
why would you call your child Ralph? Why would you
imagine it?
But I would. Be brilliant.
What if you had a girl then?
I like girly names like Sarah or Jessica or Penelope. Penelope, that's a funny one.
Ralph and Penelope.
Ralph and Penelope. That's a famous family if you've ever saw one.
Yeah, it is. You'd have to change your surname to something like Bangtastic.
Well, I don't know. I think my surname would ring with it quite well.
WOTO. That's what you're down on the thing as, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ralph WOTO. Penelope WOTO.
Perfect. What would you name your kids?
You can take any character from Final Fantasy.
Right.
And I'd name them that. Oh, I like the name Two. Literally spelt TWO. Two. But like... but she'd have to not be...
It's a number, you do know it's a number.
She'd have to not be the second born child. Yeah, I know, but I quite like that. Like, because the thing is...
Could you imagine if it was just the second born and you just called her Two? You sure you want to write that on a birth certificate? You can't change this for quite a long time. Two. Who do you want to answer the survey next? What about Jess? What was the first job you ever wanted as a kid?
Yeah, actually, I'd quite like to see Jess do it. Because they're going to be outrageous, isn't it? Tell us about your first kiss. Because Jess reads really like loads of like romantic novels, those really romantic things. So her first kiss was probably like a whirlwind. I bet it was
a whirlwind of emotion with rose petals flying down.
Like, but she was like 7 and she was playing Kiss Chase.
Yeah.
But in Jess's little world, like she was running along and this boy caught her, swooped her over, like his hair was just all like amazing, and like he's probably like caught her in this thing in this game. She probably fell.
Yeah.
And she fell into his arms.
Yeah.
And he probably like swooped from her feet, and like it's probably like the 7-year-old with the perfect voice who's like, Jessica.
It sounds like something out of like a vampire type
True Blood.
thing. True Blood, yeah.
Yeah, Bill, but
Jessica.
Jessica, your eyes are so beautiful, like pools of deep raw emotion. And he's like holding her, and she's there like, oh God, Bill, please, don't kiss me and lose the game. I'd lose anything for you. I'd lose my life. And like it was just this unbelievable. But it's just these 2 7-year-olds in a playground, and like Jess, and then
and that's just
and then he probably went, you lose, dropped her and walked off. But Jess is just laying there, bruised.
We'll cook in with Jess to answer these questions next because we're interested.
Yeah, I want to know what her first kiss was now. And if it wasn't as good as that, you need to make something up.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
She was at her house and her parents were downstairs. Don't get any ideas. And they had their first kiss, and her tongue got stuck in his braces, and she had to go downstairs to get her mum